Hi, I'm David Compton. A Good Samaritan trucker keeps a man from committing suicide by offering him a beer. And a semi-truck crashes into a schoolroom.
Hi, I'm Jessica Rose. E-Roads and the FMCSA work together to help truckers better understand personal conveyance. And a proposed law pushes to lower the interstate commerce driving age to 18. These are the stories we're covering along with our Rig of the Week on this edition of the Trucker News Channel.
Jason Gable and Kwame Anderson are both being called heroes as they've saved a man from committing suicide in St. Paul, Minnesota. The pair of beer truck drivers were out making the rounds when they spotted a man on the outside of the protective fence on the I-94 overpass. The duo, suspecting the man was about ready to jump, pulled over and asked if he was all right. When the man said he was going to kill himself, they called 911, but they knew they didn't have much time, so they started talking to him. Even after police arrived, Anderson continued chatting to the suicidal man, offering him food and money if he'd come down, but nothing worked. Then he asked him if he'd like to have a drink with him. When the man responded yes, Anderson grabbed a 12-pack of Coors Light from the truck and told the man that he could have a beer if he came down off the ledge. Surprisingly, the man agreed and was placed inside an ambulance without further incident.
Rules are rules, but for every rule, there are exceptions. For some drivers, the start of the ELD mandate has made telling the difference between a rule and an exception a bit murky. The idea of every move on the road being recorded may be a source of anxiety for drivers who want to operate within ELD regulations, but who may not know all the fine details. In order to make things clearer, ELD manufacturer E-Roads and the FMCSA created a webinar explaining how and when ELD rules apply and how to record them. Our first report on the story on thetrucker.com generated some great feedback. You can watch the webinar now by going to the link below. We'll be right back after this message.
They gave me a pay raise right off the bat.
The pay is better than most of the companies on the road.
A logging truck gets a timeout after disrupting a classroom in Haw River, North Carolina. It seems the truck was approaching a stoplight fast and could not stop when it clipped one car and then another before crashing into the classroom. Fortunately, class had not begun yet, and the teacher had just been in the room moments before the semi burst through the wall. One of the drivers of the car that was first struck by the semi was taken to Duke Medical in serious condition. The classroom had to be condemned, but the rest of the building is fine and class is back on schedule. 56-year-old Kenneth Kirkman was ticketed with failure to reduce speed to avoid a collision.
3 U.S. senators have introduced legislation to address the driver shortage in the trucking industry. Though many states allow individuals to obtain a commercial driver's license at the age of 18, current federal law prohibits those operators from moving goods from state to state until they're 21. The Developing Responsible Individuals for a Vibrant Economy, or the Drive Safe Act, would help those drivers get on the road much sooner. The program would require young drivers to complete at least 400 hours of on-duty time and 240 hours of driving time with an experienced driver in the cab with them. All trucks used for training in the program must be equipped with safety technology, including active braking collision mitigation systems, a video event capture system, and a speed governor set at 65 miles per hour or below. We know our viewers have strong opinions on this subject, and we would like you to share them with us by going to the link below. We hope to hear from you, and we'll be right back with our Rig of the Week after this message.
This week's Rig of the Week goes to an exceptionally big Kenworth T600 with a huge 191-inch sleeper. This 2-bedroom custom sleeper truck has 3 beds and has been owned by a few different sets of road warriors, all that had kids and needed to be homeschooled. Original owners built this truck when the housing market went bad. They drove for a van lines hauling household goods, so weight was never really an issue with this truck. They built the rig so they could keep their family together, since they were gone from home 4 to 6 weeks at a time. ARI built the sleeper, which also includes a satellite TV to keep the kids busy when they're not studying. Hats off to these parents that have gone to great lengths to spend as much time as possible with their families. That's not an easy feat to do on the road. If you have a truck you'd like to show off here on the show, send us a video to rigoftheweek@thetrucker.com.
If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to click the little red subscribe button below. You can also go to thetrucker.com to read the latest breaking news stories. That's all for this edition. On behalf of David Compton, myself, Jessica Rose, and all of us here at the Trucker News Channel, thanks for watching.
I know it's only my first month, but I could really get used to this. I've never had so much support to do my job.
No problem, Dirk. I better got you all taken care of. You are all set.
Hey, honey, I'll be home for dinner tonight, just like we planned.
Fueled by freedom. CRST dedicated.